Welcome students. In this video, we are going to learn about our immunity, our health from the chapter 13, Why Do We Fall Ill, grade 9 science. Let's begin with the term health. Health is a physical, mental and social well-being state. And these conditions necessary for a good health are good physical and social environment, good economic conditions, social equality and harmony. There are the ways through which the health and its failure are responsible, and those are good physical and social environment includes the clean surrounding, good sanitation, proper garbage disposal, and clean drinking water. A good economic conditions include job opportunities for all, earning to have nutritious food and to lead a healthy life. Social equality and harmony are necessary for a healthy and peaceful life. So, these were the three conditions required for an healthy life. There is a difference between health and disease. A healthy and a disease free. Healthy is a state of physical, mental, and social well being, whereas disease free is a state of absence from any kind of diseases. Healthy, it refers to the individual, physical, and social environment, whereas the disease free refers only to an individual. Healthy, it's individual specific, the individual has a good health, whereas in disease free, individual may have a good health or poor health, but here the term is only they are free from any kind of diseases. Thus, being healthy means that you have a positive outlook and are able to cope up with any kind of stress without any great difficulty. Is health dependent on a personal or social issues? Yes, we can achieve health solely on, we cannot achieve our health solely on our own because it's a social matter as well. Every organism in this world depends upon another or environment for betterment of their health. So solely an individual is not dependent, solely is not responsible to achieve healthy life. Now let's learn about the factors that determine the better health. We always stress upon fact that the environment surrounding us should be healthy. Otherwise, it may lead to harmful diseases. Therefore, we can say that public cleanliness is an important factor for better health because public cleanliness is responsible for betterment of the health. Another important factor for proper health is food. Now, we can have food only if we have the money to buy it. And for that, we need to work. Therefore, we can say that a good economic condition of the society and the employment are needed for better health. So, this one is the second reason. The third one is lastly, we can stay healthy if we are living in a tension free life. How can we expect a healthy environment around us if everyone keeps on ill treating us? Therefore, we can say a good social environment is required for a better health. So all these factors determines for better health. Now let's move ahead with another question. What does a disease look like? There are 4 points. Number one, disease can be defined as an impairment of normal state of living organism that disturbs or modifies the performance of the vital functions and is a response to environmental factors, to specific agents, to inherent defects of an organism, or to combination of these factors. The other one is disease is a condition that leads to discomfort, distress, health problems, or death of an affected person. So basically, disease is an impairment of the normal state of living organism which is disturbed because of the environmental factors. The third point says when a person is affected by disease, either the normal functioning or the appearance of one or more systems of the body changes for the worse. These changes give rise to sign of a disease and that is known as symptom. On the basis of these symptoms, physicians look for the sign of a particular disease and conduct tests to confirm the disease. So symptom is broader, whereas sign is specific. Symptoms are general, common in all, whereas sign is specific. Sign tells us about the type of disease, whereas symptoms are common in all the diseases. The next question comes is, how can we identify a disease? That which type of disease it is. A disease is associated with symptoms. In other words, our body shows certain indication with which we can assume that we may be suffering from diseases. We know that different parts of our body perform different functions and those functions get altered. Any of these functions are disturbed, we can say that something is wrong within our body or something has changed in it. And this is a symptom of getting a disease. Now, from the symptoms just indicate that there is a disease. They do not indicate the exact type of disease. For that, doctors often look for sign of a disease in order to find out exact problem these disease have, right? So they are different, like sign, unlike the symptoms, signs are more defined indication of the disease. Sometimes even the laboratory tests are also needed. It's to be done to find out the type of disease. What are the conditions necessary for a good health? Steps to ensure sanitation, that is a clean surrounding by providing good sewage and rainwater disposable system and proper disposals. Then comes availability of clean drinking water are necessary for a good health. Availability of adequate nutritious food is essential, necessary for a good health. Then social equality and harmony. These are the factors necessary for a good health. Now let us learn about the disease and their causes. What are the root cause of the disease? Disease is a condition that impairs the proper functioning of a body or its part. A disease can be defined as any deviation from a normal functioning or state of complete physical and mental well-being. Note, my dear students, being disease-free is a condition of absence of any kind of body discomfort. It depends on a person alone, but being healthy is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. It depends on a person, his physical surroundings, the society, and also his or her economic status. So, disease-free is an individual persona. It's an individual. It depends only on individual, right? Whereas being healthy depends on the society also as well. So it's not an individual task. Disease has a specific cause and can be recognized by particular signs and symptoms. A symptom is a change in normal functioning of the body, like here the examples are given. Headache, fever, stomachache, vomiting, etc. are all the symptoms, and symptom indicates the presence of diseases. So once again, the definition of disease is given, health is given. Let's now see the causes of diseases and types of diseases. Causes first and then types. Causes of disease could be intrinsic factor, that is internal, and extrinsic factor, those are external factors which are responsible for causing disease. The type of diseases could be congenital, communicable, acquired, or non-communicable disease. We will learn these in detail. Let's start one by one all. The factors that cause disease. The first one is intrinsic factor. A disease-causing factor which exists within the human body are called intrinsic factors. The important intrinsic factors which affect human health are the following. Number one is malfunctioning or improper functioning of various body parts such as heart, kidney, liver, etc. Second reason is genetic disorder. Third one is hormonal imbalance. Then comes the malfunctioning of immune system of the body like allergy. The disease caused by intrinsic sources are called organic or metabolic diseases. Here are some examples like diabetes mellitus is caused by the failure or proper insulin production, and cataract is caused by the opacity of lens. So intrinsic are basically the internal factors. Then comes the extrinsic or the external factors. The disease causing factors which enter the human body from outside are known as extrinsic factors, and such are the unbalanced or the inadequate diet, disease causing microorganisms like such as viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoa when enter in our body. Then environmental factors are also the cause of, they are also the example of external factor, and as well as tobacco, alcohol, narcotic drugs. So that was it about the factor which are responsible for causing disease. Now we'll learn about the types of diseases. The types of diseases are congenital, acquired. Congenital diseases are these diseases are present since birth, and acquired the disease that which we developed after birth. So here it is, since birth and after birth. So congenital are the type of diseases. They are caused due to genetic abnormality or due to metabolic disorders or malfunctioning of organ. They are permanent, generally not easily curable, and may be inherited to the children. For example, color blindness. The other one is acquired disease. These diseases are those which develop after birth, and acquired diseases can be classified into two. One is infectious, another one is non-infectious. Infectious is also known as communicable disease, and non-infectious is also known as non-communicable disease. Infectious disease. The disease which can be transmitted from one individual to another directly or indirectly are called communicable or infectious diseases. These diseases are caused by some biological agents or pathogens such as viruses, bacteria, fungi, etc. Here are the example of such disease: tuberculosis as well as cholera. On the other hand, non-infectious disease cannot be transmitted from one individual to another directly or indirectly, right? And these diseases are restricted only to those persons who are suffering from them. Examples are scurvy, cancer. So non-infectious and infectious diseases, non-infectious are limited to that, restricted to that particular individual only, whereas infectious can spread from one individual to another individual. Let's see the different ways to classify the diseases. Diseases. If we categorize disease on the basis of the duration, there are two types: acute and chronic disease. Acute disease are such which live for shorter duration of time, that is short term, whereas chronic is for long term. As the disease persists for a longer duration of time, so damage is more in chronic comparing to the acute. So damage, if we compare in acute and chronic, chronic is having more damage comparing to acute, and acute will show less damage to the individual, the patient that is suffering from a disease. Then disease on the basis of medium. Disease could be air, if the disease transmit through air, water, sexually transmitted disease, or vector. Then comes based on the causative agent. It could be communicable, which is infectious, or non-communicable disease. Communicable could be viral disease, bacterial, fungal disease, protozoal disease, or parasitic, that is wormal disease, Hellman's disease. Non-communicable disease comprises of metabolic disorders, genetic diseases, deficiency diseases, etc. And on the other hand, the causes of diseases, it could be injury. The cause of disease could be injury or the toxicity or deficiency. So this is how we can classify diseases in different ways. Let's learn about the difference between infectious and non-infectious diseases. Infectious disease caused due to attack of pathogens here other than pathogen is a causative agent. Infectious disease caused due to extrinsic factor, non-infectious disease caused due to intrinsic factor. Infectious disease transmitted from one person to another, whereas non-infectious do not get transmitted from one person to another. Fourth, transmission of diseases occurs through direct contact or some medium in case of infectious disease, whereas in case of non-infectious disease, a hereditary disease is from parent to the offspring. In infectious disease, community hygiene can reduce the occurrence of these diseases. In non-infectious disease, community hygiene is ineffective in reducing the occurrence of these diseases. Example of non-infectious and infectious diseases are cholera, malaria, and infectious disease. Diabetes, goiter are non-infectious disease. Thanks for watching.